My beloved child, the moment your eyes touched this message, something sacred began to unfold, because heaven never sends a warning without also sending a promise of protection. The angel standing near you right now is not speaking in whispers, he is raising his voice, trembling with urgency, because something hidden in the shadows has been prepared against you, and it comes in the form of an injection. This is not about medicine in the ordinary sense, this is about a symbol of control, an attempt to mark you, an attempt to weaken what God has strengthened. But the angel says, "Do not be afraid, for I am here to uncover the truth before it touches you. Stay with me and do not skip, because this message carries your safety." Heaven is unveiling to me that someone around you has been carrying a hidden plan, trying to bring an injection into your life, not only into your body, but into your destiny. An injection can carry a substance, but in the spiritual realm, it represents a seed being planted without your permission, a thought, a curse, an influence designed to control your movements and your freedom. This is why the angel is warning you. He is saying, "My child, open your eyes. Don't let them inject their fear, their manipulation, their poison into your life." And as you hear these words, the chains that were trying to be fastened around you are already breaking apart. The angel shows me a vision of your arm stretched, and someone standing close with a needle in hand. But before it pierces your skin, Archangel Michael himself descends like lightning, with a sword of fire, and shouts, "No more." That hand holding the needle trembles, drops it, and flees into the dark, because when heaven stands guard over you, no earthly power can force entry into your destiny. My beloved child, the angel says your body is already marked by the seal of the Most High, and no injection can rewrite what God has written for you. Do you feel that shiver down your spine? That is the confirmation of the Spirit that you are not alone right now. You were guided here because God knew you needed this word of protection at this exact time. Someone is trying to inject their influence, but angels are injecting divine light into your veins instead. You will be filled with peace, clarity, and strength that no earthly power can contaminate. The injection meant to harm you will never reach you, because Archangel Michael has already intercepted it. So I tell you now, stay till the end of this message, because your breakthrough is attached to your obedience. The angel says, "Declare it with your mouth and believe it in your heart, no weapon formed against me shall prosper." Comment these words boldly, "I am covered by God, I am untouchable, I am chosen." Type it below to seal this prophetic covering over your life. Share this message so that no one in your family is left unprotected, for the angel says the warning was not only for you but for your bloodline. And if you have not yet, subscribe and stay connected to this channel of Heaven's Voice, because God is not finished speaking to you. My beloved child, the injection of darkness is cancelled, and in its place, God is injecting miracles, healing, restoration, and unexpected blessings into your life. You will not be harmed, you will be lifted. This is your moment of divine reversal. Glowing star. My beloved child, listen carefully, because the angel says this is not only about an injection in the physical sense, but about a deeper injection in the spirit, something that has been whispered into your mind, something that has been forced upon your soul without your agreement. Heaven is revealing that people sometimes try to inject their fears, their doubts, and their control into you like a needle pressing into skin, hoping you will carry their poison as your truth. But the angel says, No more will my chosen one be a vessel of another's darkness. From today, only the light of heaven will flow within them. This is why you are hearing this message now, because God did not want you to walk unaware. I see a vision, beloved child, of a table prepared in the shadows. Around it, people gather whispering your name, planning ways to weaken your spirit. On that table rests an injection, not only a syringe but also a symbol of control. They thought that by pressing this into your life, they would slow you, silence you, and strip your authority. But before their hands could touch you, a mighty light broke through the ceiling. Archangel Michael descended, his wings stretching across the table, his sword of flame smashing the glass, spilling what was meant to enter you. He shouted with a voice that shook the ground, "This one belongs to God. No injection of evil shall ever reach them." The shadows scattered like smoke, and the plan was overturned. The angel wants you to know, your body, your soul, your destiny, they are not for anyone to inject with their will. You are already injected by heaven itself with life, with promise, with divine fire. The blood of the Lamb flows in you, carrying the seal of protection that no darkness can pierce. This is why you feel resistance in your spirit lately, why you've been uneasy around certain people, because heaven was warning you before you even knew the details. The uneasiness was Michael's whisper, the quickening of your heart was the Spirit's alert, and now this message is the full revelation. My beloved child, stay with me and don't skip, because the angel says, if they hear this word until the end, their covering will be complete. Right now, heaven is sending invisible warriors to stand at your door, to stand at your bedside, to stand even at your workplace so that nothing can slip through the cracks. The very place where darkness tried to inject harm will now become the place where God injects blessing. What was prepared to paralyze you will instead push you into new strength, into boldness, into freedom. So I tell you again, declare it aloud, because your voice seals the victory. Say, I reject every false injection. I receive only God's divine infusion. Type it below as a public declaration. And as you write it, watch how the heaviness lifts from your shoulders. Share this with someone else, because the angel says someone close to you also faces this same silent attack, and your obedience could be their protection. And don't forget, stay connected here, because this is not the end of the message, it is only the beginning of what heaven wants to reveal to you. My beloved child, the angel says heaven's injection for you is joy, abundance, peace, and unstoppable destiny. What the enemy tried to put in your veins has been removed, and in its place, God has filled you with light. You are covered, you are chosen, and you are rising higher from this moment. Glowing star. My beloved child, stay very still in this moment, because heaven is pouring something powerful into your life. The angel is showing me clearly that the enemy's plan was to inject fear into you, to inject heaviness into your mind, and to inject confusion into your spirit, so that you would not walk in the clarity of God's will. But Archangel Michael says, the injection of fear is cancelled, and in its place comes the injection of courage, boldness, and divine assurance. You see, beloved child, the enemy works by sowing drops of poison little by little, until it spreads through your thinking, your emotions, your decisions. That is why sometimes you feel drained, as though someone has pressed something into your life that you did not choose. But God says today, I am flushing it out. I am cleansing your system. I am filling you with my spirit that no poison can remain. I see a vision of golden light moving like a stream through your veins, burning away every residue that was meant to weaken you. Where fear once sat, now faith begins to glow. Where doubt once whispered, now hope begins to sing. Where heaviness once pressed, now joy begins to rise. The angel says, this is the divine injection of heaven, and once you receive it, nothing of the enemy can stand against it. Imagine your body, your mind, your soul glowing as though liquid gold flows within you, because this is exactly how heaven sees you right now, untouchable, unbreakable, unstoppable. My beloved child, the angel is warning you not to allow certain voices to inject their opinions into your life. There are people who speak as though they care, but what they say is not medicine, it is poison hidden in sweet words. They tell you, you cannot succeed, you will always struggle, nothing will change. But Archangel Michael shouts from heaven, lies. 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 For God has already written your story, and it is not a story of defeat, but of breakthrough. That is why you must be careful whose words you let into your heart. The only words you must accept are those that lift you higher, those that remind you who you are in the eyes of the Almighty. The angel is instructing me to tell you that when you finish this message, you will feel a physical shift, as though something heavy has been taken out of your chest. That is the spiritual injection being removed, and God Himself filling that place with His divine breath. You will notice that you think clearer, that peace covers you when you sleep, that strength flows when you rise in the morning. This is the sign that the heavenly injection has begun. Now, my beloved child, do not let this revelation pass you by. Type these words boldly, God's light flows in me, I cannot be poisoned, I cannot be stopped. Comment it below so that the angels can mark your obedience. Share this message, for there are people close to you who are living under injections of despair, injections of pain, injections of failure, and your act of sharing will help heaven break their chains too. Stay connected here, because more messages are coming, more secrets from heaven are unfolding, and you cannot afford to miss them. My beloved child, hear this final line for now, the injection of darkness is broken forever, and in its place, heaven has injected victory, healing, and abundance into your life. From this day forward, you will rise higher, shine brighter, and walk freer than ever before. Glowing star. My beloved child, the angel is taking me deeper now, and I must tell you what I am seeing in the spirit. I see you standing in a room filled with shadows, and every shadow is holding a needle, each one filled not with medicine, but with fear, loss, betrayal, and shame. They were waiting for the right moment to press these injections into your life. One wanted to inject you with doubt, so that you would question your worth. Another wanted to inject you with sorrow, so that joy would fade away. Another wanted to inject you with delay, so that every blessing meant for you would feel far out of reach. But suddenly, the atmosphere changes, the room begins to tremble, the shadows stumble, because Archangel Michael enters with a blaze of heavenly fire. He lifts his sword high and strikes the ground, and in that instant, every needle shatters, spilling its contents into nothingness. Not one injection can touch you, because heaven has declared, this child is sealed. My beloved child, the angel says, do not fear what they prepared in secret, because what heaven prepares openly is greater. For every injection of doubt, God is injecting clarity into your vision. For every injection of fear, God is injecting faith into your spirit. For every injection of sorrow, God is injecting joy into your soul. For every injection of delay, God is injecting acceleration into your destiny. What was meant to paralyze you will instead propel you into new heights. The very poison prepared for you is now turned into a testimony of your resilience and God's protection. I see golden hands, radiant and gentle, reaching toward you. They pierce not with a needle, but with streams of living water. These waters rush through your veins, cleansing, healing, restoring. Every corner of your being lights up with divine energy, and the angel whispers, "This is the true injection, not of man, but of God." It carries eternal life, unshakable peace, and unstoppable strength. From this day, whenever you walk into a room, darkness will recognize the light flowing through you and retreat. Wherever your feet step, blessings will begin to grow, because you carry heaven inside of you. My beloved child, you need to hold this in your heart. You were never meant to live under the control of injections forced upon you by others. You were meant to live as a vessel filled with God's own Spirit. That is why the angel is pleading with you, do not ignore this message. Do not walk away from the covering heaven is releasing. This moment is divine timing. God orchestrated it so that your ears would hear, your heart would open, and your spirit would be sealed. Now, declare this with me, I reject every injection of darkness. I receive only the injection of God's glory. Type it boldly below, so the angels can mark your declaration. Share this, because someone close to you is unknowingly living under a false injection of pain, and your act of obedience could be the key to their deliverance. And remain connected, for heaven has more to reveal, more secrets to unfold, and more blessings to release into your life. My beloved child, the angel says this is just the beginning. Tonight, when you close your eyes to rest, you will feel a warmth cover your body, that is the heavenly injection, the seal of light, confirming that you are chosen, protected, and filled with divine fire. From this day, nothing can harm you, because heaven's protection flows within you. Glowing star. My beloved child, open your heart even wider now, because the angel is ready to reveal the truth behind the injection and who was standing behind it. The vision grows clearer before me. I see a figure, someone close enough to know your life, yet hidden enough to mask their intentions. They carried your name in secret, whispering it into dark places, trying to attach your destiny to their schemes. They believed that if they could inject their will into your life, they could control the timing of your blessings, they could bind the flow of your miracles, they could bend your choices toward their advantage. But what they did not know is that heaven has already stamped you with a seal that no hand of man can rewrite. The angel says, this person wore a mask of care, but behind it was a cup of poison. They smiled with their lips, but in their heart they held a needle. They wished to inject you with dependency, so you would always look to them for approval, always look to them for answers, always walk in their shadow instead of God's light. But Michael stood between you and them like a mighty wall of fire, blocking every attempt, and he shouted, no injection of control will ever reach this child. They are free, chosen, and untouchable. I see this person now, restless, pacing, because their plans are falling apart. They thought the injection would weaken you, but instead, it revealed their true nature. God says, do not be surprised if masks fall in the coming days. Do not be shocked if truth rises suddenly. For I am exposing the hands that held the needle. I am showing you who they really are. And once you see them clearly, you will walk in wisdom, not in confusion. My beloved child, the angel is making it plain, the injection was not only a symbol of control, but also of fear. Fear that you would rise higher than them, fear that your destiny would shine brighter, fear that your blessings would overflow beyond their reach. That fear drove them to plot against you. But heaven laughs at their schemes, for what God has ordained cannot be stolen, cannot be blocked, cannot be delayed. You are marked for greatness, and no injection can erase that mark. I see Michael now, holding a heavenly vial, not filled with poison, but with liquid light. He pours it over you, and as it touches your skin, it flows inside, filling every part of you. He says, this is God's injection, an infusion of strength, wisdom, favor, and breakthrough. This will push out every residue of what was meant to harm you. This will make you immune to the schemes of men and the whispers of the enemy. From now on, only light flows in your veins. My beloved child, do not doubt this moment. You were led here because heaven wanted you to know the full truth. God did not want you walking blind, unaware of the attempts being made in secret. He wanted you to know that you are covered, that the angel armies are surrounding you, that every needle of darkness has been snapped and every hidden hand has been revealed. You are safe, you are chosen, and you are rising higher than before. Say this now, and type it boldly below: no man can inject their will into my life. Only God's plan flows in me. I am sealed, I am free, I am chosen. And as you do, the angels will take your words like a signature on a heavenly scroll, sealing your covering for the days to come. Share this, for someone else is also living under the threat of false injections, and your act of obedience could unlock their freedom. My beloved child, remember this: the one who tried to inject you has already been exposed before heaven. Their power is broken, their plan is reversed, and their shadow will not follow you anymore. From this day, only God's divine injection flows through your life: miracles, blessings, and breakthrough without limit. Glowing star.